Well, firstly, it's like a damn. It's like a damn. You need a PhD to get in this damn pack. I'm trying not to destroy it. I'm not used to uh smoking fucking soft packs. But like, thanks for bringing them, bro.
The guy at 7-Eleven said those were the best ones in Japan. So
So I'm an American, just a dumb old Texas boy who smokes Marlboros all day long, right? And then you brought me a pack of cigarettes from Japan, so we will see what's up. It's definitely stronger. Like right off the rip, as soon as I hit it, it's stronger. Like it's stronger. But like it don't taste nasty as an American cigarette.
yeah, even their e-cigarettes were different. Like they have like it's a butt of like a cigarette, but it goes in like an electric thing. My brother had one, and you smoke it like that, and it's like what the fuck.
So I done took two puffs of this bitch and I figured it out already. Here's the thing. Is an American cigarette, in my opinion, is it is so they have charcoal filters. I think
Yeah.
that their filter is a little bit better than our filter, but we have holes in our shit, which it lets you pull the cigarette better and it don't taste like shit. So I would actually prefer the American filter, but I think that their tobacco is better.
Ah, so we can just combine them, have a baby.
No, I could smoke these. Like if I went to Japan, I wouldn't take cigarettes. I would just buy these. Like
Yeah.
they would do the job. But as a Marlboro person, they're not really like Marlboro. I would compare this like to a Winston.
Ah, yeah.
I fucks with them though. As long as you didn't bring me menthol, we were Gucci, bro.
No, I knew. He tried to give me a menthol one. I was like, no, 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 not those, not those. I was like, what is that one? He was like, oh, these are. I was like, yeah, give me those. I was like, no menthol. I was like,
I
I'm
like
glad
it.
he spoke enough English because the guy before that didn't know what I was saying when I said menthol.
I like it.
Big.
It's
Nice
the
work,
exact
Trent.
same size as an American cigarette.
Oh shit.
About the same diameter. Theirs is a little tightly rolled, but they got little fingers.
Yeah, they said
I'll
the
give
guy
I'll
was like,
give that I'll give it a solid A minus. Like seriously, if I went to Japan, I wouldn't take cigarettes. I would just buy them there. I would smoke these. Now, don't get me wrong. I'd crush that fucking pack. Like I don't like soft packs, but I don't know how you got them from Japan and didn't crush them. Like I don't know how
I
the fuck
crushed
you did that.
one. And one of them did not survive the bounty of it, but that one was lodged into like some clothes, and it survived.
I'm
Imagine
just
I
real
was in,
curious as to what that says.
I have no idea. I'd have to Google translate that thing. How I did
Yeah, I don't want
everything
to know
else.
that much.
I mean, from looking at like the way that they're even their body conditioning, like I didn't see a Gatorade there. Like they had like it was called Body like Manta or some shit, and it was like with Thailand teas infused in like fucking shit that like fights fats, but also gives you full hydration. It was just like, huh? Like their shit is like
But did you
ridiculous.
buy it?
Yeah, I bought it. Bro, honestly, the like hydration wise, like the minute I drank it and I started like drinking it, I felt like I could go like work out again, like type shit. Like it was like a BCAA. It was like the BCAAs that we have from anabolic, but like with
So what you're
electrolyte. Like
saying is because I have to pee a lot, I probably shouldn't drink that.
no, I didn't use the restroom at all either. I was stuck on the bullet train and I didn't for 2 hours. I didn't use the restroom. It was
Hmm.
weird. Like even their water was different. Like it tasted like mountain
I
water.
bet.
It was
I bet.
delicious. I was like, I was killing gallons of water over there. I was like, this is amazing. But like even their
No,
regular sodas, like over there. It didn't taste as sugary as over here. I had a regular Dr. Pepper over there. Tasted like a zero sugar kind of. It was kind of weird. Like,
That's what I wanted. I wanted to know if the Cokes were good,
yeah,
but I
they
like
had
the
so
sugar
many.
shit.
Now, the one thing that I know you would like, but also be like, what was like their chips? They have like so
You brought me some of
Doritos.
this.
Yeah, so they have like American flavored chips. Like they had hamburger flavor, pizza flavor.
No,
The
that's what these
Doritos.
are. They said when you showed me this bag, I didn't look at it, and I just stuck it in my gym bag. And then just a little while ago, I pulled it out when I got home. I was like, "What the fuck is a pizza chip?" Well, we're about to find out. First off, I could tell you this: this is packaged properly. Like this is a nice bag. I'm not on. This is a nice fucking bag. Two, they practice American customs because it is full of fucking air. Like there's not very much in here.
They do that a lot. Half air, half.
They look like a ruffle. I'm gonna try it. Don't taste like pizza. Don't taste like nothing. But it tastes like a really good ruffle, like a regular ruffle.
Yeah.
Not even close to being stale. Hold on, let me hook it up. This one's got a shit ton of flavor on it. I'm not gonna lie, that looks kind of gross, but
that does look sick.
I'm gonna try it though. Nah, this one has a little bit less on it. I don't taste pizza. I really don't. It tastes like a cheddar chip, like like the sour cream and cheddar ruffles. It's kind of what it tastes like.
Like I had their Doritos. I grabbed the bag. It was a red bag, and I thought nacho cheese in my head, but it was taco flavor Doritos. The red bags are taco flavored, so they tasted like Taco Bell, like legit 1,000%. I was like, what the heck?
If you tell me to grade this, if you tell me to grade it based on it's supposed to be a pizza chip, it's like a fucking C, maybe, right? If you tell me to grade it just on being a chip I would eat, that's an A+. Straight up. Like I would dip that bitch in some ranch dip or something, and that'd be delicious. That is a crispy ass chip. Their preservatives are much better than ours.
Yeah, they have, and it's funny how like the Americanized flavor palette of it is like they had a Welch's Fanta grape soda, and I was like, what the hell?
I'd have drank all that shit. You know me, bro. I'd have figured out a way to get high, and I'd have just stayed at the 7-Eleven.
They have them like, they had them every fucking 7-Eleven down. 7-Elevens were like McDonald's over there. Like it was on every other corner. Like I was like, this is crazy.
And then I ate the candy you had earlier. That was pretty good. Now, I can tell you this. Shame on them for them bullshit ass little portion sizes, because that was the smallest piece of candy I ever fucking had in my life.
I got you a whole Snickers and Kit Kat.
Sweet.
I bought the big. I was trying to see what I could fit in my bag that wouldn't get squished, and like some shit got squished, but I was like, it was either survive one of the cigarettes or survive the little chocolate sticks I bought, and those things got demolished. So.
Man, crushed them hoes up and put them in a protein shake.
That's what I was like. I bought a bunch of stuff. I got pancakes. I got some.
What the fuck?
I got some like moon pies, chocolate almonds, like
some Rice Krispie treats.
So the lady I bought the Rice Krispie treats from, she said that they're homemade in that area of Japan, and they have the flavors in American. And it was like stuff we've never like. When she told me Rice Krispie treats, I'm thinking of American Rice Krispie treats. These flavors were like ginger and all this other shit. So
what the fuck? Come on, now I'm looking for sugar and marshmallow, lady. What are you doing?
Yeah. So I was like, but she was like, no, these are like my best sellers. So I was like, you know what? I'll buy them. And so I bought them. So I'll bring them to y'all. But they're small. Like they're the size of my thumb. Like,
when you gave me that candy earlier, I was like, what the fuck? This is supposed to be a Kit Kat. It's like it was like the size of like, it's like you gave me 2 Hershey's Kisses. It was like, this is fucking tiny. What's going on here?
Everything's so tiny over there. So like even their food, their lunch portions are their biggest portions. But
Mhm.
I like it because their menu will switch. So after lunch, they have a whole different menu for dinner, but they're smaller. So a lot of people eat really big at lunch and then they'll eat like double at dinner. But also dinner at most places stops at 7. So that's why
And
they
then
end
you're
up at
stuck to like.
7-Eleven
I was gonna say then what? You're relegated to 7-Eleven food.
and fast food. Yeah.
Well, you
So
know how I eat. Like I'm a pretty big portion person, but I don't eat that many times a day. So it would have probably been embarrassing if y'all had to eat with me, because I was
I
keep
ate
it.
so much. I think I had my biggest meal was a big bowl of ramen that big, and it had these like dumpling things. And I finished the whole thing and then walked across the street to a shish kebab place and got some fried squid and fried Kobe beef.
I was gonna say that sounds delicious, but I need proteins. I'd have been like, "Yo,
Yeah.
cut that duck up and bring that motherfucker over here."
It was so easy to find proteins. They had steak everywhere, beef everywhere. Like every corner had like beef and steak and Kobe beef and Wagyu and like I think Wagyu beef. I had Wagyu beef. It was like that big on a stick, and I paid like $6 for it.
It's like going to the fucking rodeo all the time.
That's what it felt like. And then there was a food market in Kyoto where I was at, and they had like no lie, probably about 50 to 100 like mom and pops like restaurant
Did
things.
you see tacos over there?
Yes, there was a guy at a taco shop that was selling pastor and all types of shit, like everything. And so we asked him, and he said he was Mexican. He looked Asian, but he said he was Mexican.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, but he had everything in Spanish and everything. Like I was like,
Oh, I didn't even realize I did that. I'm not even gonna smoke that one. I flipped the luck and didn't know it. I'm gonna leave it there.
I was just like,
He's go get Japanese cancer. He got me over here smoking on these hills.
oh, I was like, all in all,
Yeah, that would be my biggest fear, bro. Is just not fitting into places. That's not even a fear. That shit's just embarrassing. I seen that video of you on the go kart, and I don't think I would have fit in that seat, bro.
no. So this was one of my toilets there. Literally, where the toilet is at right there, the door is right there also. So my knees were hitting the door.
That looks like a plastic ass little bullshit like RV toilet.
Yeah, and so it's like a whole toilet. It has the heat seat thing, of course, the buttons to like clean your butt and everything.
Hitting switch,
Then,
hitting
yeah, and then
switches.
they have it right there too and stuff where you play music and stuff. It was yeah. I was just like, but
That's fine. But can I get some space?
I was just like, but see, like that right there, like all that protein we ate, like to cook, like that was like not anything at all. Like,
I was gonna say I could eat that all by myself. See, I can't fuck with that squid. I don't know what y'all doing.
oh man, I eat so much sushi and stuff. Like, I mean, like the pizza, that was a pizza that I got from there called from Pizza La, and had like,
That looks like
yeah.
Sam's.
I got this burger from this burger place. It was an Angus beef burger. Like, that was a really good burger.
That looks pretty good.
That burger. I don't know if I was drunk off of sake, but it was really fucking good. But then, like, I tell you, like,
I'm like, yo, can I get some mayonnaise on this?
like
bitch?
their portion sizes are small. Like, that's a thing of sushi. Like, so I ordered a lot of sushi.
Yeah.
Like, but that was like $2. Like, I was like, oh, okay, this ain't nothing. Like, but like McDonald's, like their breakfast.
I would have.
So their dinner, they have an egg on their burger. Like I didn't do justice to the picture, but they every burger has eggs on it, and so they have like a four meat Big Mac, a 4-meat chicken sandwich, like the filet chicken thing. Like
I dare.
Like I ate breakfast there. It was delicious. Like they have like what was it? They have pancakes and stuff. Like with like it tasted like cinnamon rolls. Like with the syrup and like the glaze from like a cinnamon roll. And they had like a chicken burger.
That shit like they gave you a pack of the glaze from like fucking the
Exactly
social
what it
strudel.
was. I was just like, this is actually really good. Like, I mean, I ate some weird stuff too, like crab with like sea eggs in it.
Oh no, pass.
I had like they had fried chicken.
Pass.
Like,
I'd have ate that. See, I eating that damn sea eggs and crabs, and that's why I gotta
yeah,
fucking
like
hyperjet that
white
bidet.
wagyu beef. Like, it was like that thing was delicious. Yeah, I ate like a lot
It
of
looks
food.
delicious.
Like, I think the weirdest was at the Olsen when they gave me like old school.
Like how unauthentic is the ramen that we get here compared
So
to
unauthentic. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy ramen here again. Like, type of like their noodles just there's so much flavor that they have even in their bullshit noodles at places. It was like, what the fuck? Like, it was.
Did they have spots where they sold a lot of bootleg shit?
Yeah, they had in the tourist areas there was some fake shoes and everything, and I was laughing my ass off at it because I was like, those aren't real Jordans, those aren't real Nikes. But the Japanese don't buy it. People from other countries were buying it, so I was like, I ain't got shit to do with me yet.
Yeah.
Now I will say they did have a lot of clothing. Like, they love American clothing, like 100%. Like, but it's a lot of like New York, LA, like type stuff. And but like the clothing wise, like I saw so many people in Air Forces. I saw so many people in like different things that we would wear here. Like Jordans weren't as big over there. Um, Seeing how people dress in like New York with that kind of like Kanye West look, they dress like that in places. Yeah.
The weird.
I saw like
Oh,
Tokyo. I saw some people that were weird. I didn't know if they were guys or girls or what. And I mean, there was some weird people out there.
Another thing I would have to get when I'm there, I can't go a whole day without this, is I would need sweet tea, bro. Like I need sweet tea on ice, preferably in a fucking jar.
There was not in a jar. There was sweet tea near the green teas, but at every corner there's.
I mean, I can drink out of a cup. I'm silly.
Every corner, almost in the street, every corner has they have it's like a vending machine on every corner, and they sell sodas, waters, teas, and everything. Like every corner has one. So like you just walk down the street and there's a vending machine of like teas, and there's one of coffees, and there's ones of sodas. They have only Dr. Pepper vending machines, only Coca-Cola vending machine. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, if you're thirsty, you're gonna find a vending machine. Like, every Subway has them. They have instant ramen, like fucking machines and everything. You just put your quarters, yens in, and it makes ramen for you, and you eat it there. Like, it was crazy. Like, but I get it because they live so fast. Like, oh, I work in Tokyo, so I got to take a 2-hour train back to the little small part I'm from. Let me eat on the train. Let me just get instant ramen and all that stuff. And there's no trash cans. Like, you better hold your trash. So they have trash cans, but they're very minimal. Like, so you have to throw them away, like, in certain areas. So, like, every vending machine has, like, there's certain areas where you throw your cans away, you throw your bottles away, like glass bottles. Like at McDonald's, so when you're done eating McDonald's, your cup, you pour the rest of your ice and you're drinking a little thing for liquid. You take your top plastic off, you throw your plastic top in the plastic area, you throw your cup in the straw, the paper straw in the paper area, you throw your food in the burnables, and they separate everything by that way and stuff. Solid.
I was at McDonald's the other day. I left all that trash in the parking lot.
And like, it's so clean. Like, I was like, it's clean and quiet. I didn't realize that until like the first day I was there. I was like, it is so quiet out here. I didn't hear one car horn. I didn't see one car accident. Like, it was and they drive crazy. Like,
He said that we say they can't
Them
drive.
Japanese, those streets, bro, are like one of our streets, but a two-way. And they're driving like, mind you, their cars are little also, but they're turning corners, and then another car comes, and then they're backing up and letting them go, and it's just like, or like there's areas where like they're almost hitting a pole, and they're backing up and just like going around in like little cities and everything. And I was like, we asked one of the guys that was our driver, like, how do you do this? He's like, I'm used to this. He goes, this is how life is over here. He's like, either you're able to drive like this, or he goes, you just take the train.
Oh, I could drive, but I don't want to.
Yeah. So I was wondering how there was a big like lowrider culture there, and they had American lowriders over there. And I was like, how do y'all fit those in these streets? Because those things were massive. Like my brother showed. Well, I mean, they brought them over there. They were driving. There was a whole pack of them. Like the lowrider culture there. Like
I knew they had a lowrider culture there.
Yeah. Yeah, they love. I mean, somehow everybody said Texans love cheeseburgers, but whatever.
They're not lying. Don't act like we don't.
I was just like, what the? They're like, oh, Texas cheeseburgers. I'm like, yeah. I mean, they're great. I
was like, yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that their gym culture isn't what ours is. That definitely would have been a problem.
I will say, from the people I noticed coming out the last day in Tokyo, but at Anytime Fitness, I didn't see, weird as it was, I didn't see many fat people there, like that were like like from there. But I get it, because you walk, everybody's walking or biking or like something, and so I like the very few fat Asians I did see there, like Japanese people, I was just like, huh. But like there was guys like that were like, their job was to run people like in the village area in Kyoto. They would run them on like the wagon things.
Mm-hmm.
And they're carrying like two people, like big people, foreigners, and they're just running up the mountain thing, bro. Their calves were like huge. And there was a girl doing it, she was about 120, and she's pulling these two Indian dudes up the mountain, just running up with them, and then she's just talking behind them and all that stuff. And I'm over here walking behind them, huffing and puffing, like little chick is dragging these fools up the mountain like nothing.
You better get your ass on that treadmill and put an incline on it.
Yeah, I will say, anybody that's going to go to Japan, you better have some good walking shoes, because you are going to walk. I think the least amount of walking I did was like 22,000 steps, and that was like, I fell asleep at like 7 p.m. Woke up at like 3, and I was like, all right, let's get the day started. So it was a lot. I will say you're
walk that much.
You walking everywhere. Like 7-Eleven.
I bet you they had dope ass arcades there.
They did. I played them. It was like $0.25 to play and everything. Like, it was so cheap, and the only thing is you can't drink in the arcades, but like you can get super trash and then go in there. And it was like, I didn't know the buttons because I couldn't read Japanese, but I was able to play some stuff. I played some Japanese dude in Tekken. He whooped my ass.
I was like, this
is not fair, but whatever. I was like,
but that's had home court advantage.
Yeah, I mean, they had some cool stuff though. Like, I mean, it was like, if you've been to New York, it's kind of the same vibe in Tokyo, for sure.
I don't do rodents, bro. I don't fuck with. I'm not going to New York and having no rats run around me. I'm not doing it.
And I was surprised. I saw rats there, but they take care of them like so much. They had like hidden mouse, like rat traps. Like, mind you, the day we got there, one of our Airbnbs, there was like a mouse pad with like 20 rats on it. And it was like 3 a.m. I was like, this thing, where all these rats come? Like, we got there at like 7. There was none on the pad. I didn't even know what the pad was. I walked by it. By 3 a.m, there was a bunch of rats just stuck on this like sticky pad. And then by like 5 a.m, I woke up to go walk around, and it was gone. I was like, who the fuck picked this shit up? Like, trash just goes away like that. Like, your shit's filled up somehow.
So they have like fucking ninjas out there killing rats and taking
Yeah,
out trash.
like you fill your trash can up and that shit's
What the
gone
fuck?
like instantly. Like I was like, what the?
Y'all probably had somebody living in the walls or some shit and
Probably.
didn't know it.
One of my brothers said, he's like, I keep hearing stuff in the walls,
You
and I was
know.
like, I don't know. I was like, I'm sleeping. So.
Y'all had a fucking Asian living in the walls or some shit. They record. Y'all gonna be on some motherfucking Asian porn
Probably
site.
there was everything's so close together. Like I remember I was in Kyoto and where my room was at, I was sleeping and I look up, laying down, I could see the balcony of somebody's apartment. And at one point, it was like my third day there. I look up and I'm like laying down, I'm looking out the like at the stars, and then some girl comes out, and me and her just make eye contact. She's like, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then she walked back in and everything. And I was like, so then I was like in the shower and there's a big window on there. And I'm just looking in the shower like, this bitch can see everything. Like, she can see anybody in this shower, like anybody in this house, like, what the hell? And I was like, but it's so close. Like Tokyo's worse. Tokyo is like everything's so
I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume their beds were smaller
yeah,
too.
it's like a twin. Like, I honestly feel like the elevator in our first Airbnb, I think only you would fit in there. Like only you would fit in there and like a luggage. And I will say their elevators are like super fast, but the doors are not like ours where like if they close on you, they open. No, them motherfuckers just close. Like Final Destination shit. Like don't put your hand out to stop it or whatever. Like they close. They just God. And so like, but everything's so small there, like even walking around, like you're just like, oh snap. Like, and so I felt I'm not even big like that. And I felt like, oh snap, oh, I gotta watch out, like, oh, okay, oh, it's that like so it's like I can't imagine.
Oh, then I would have been like stuck out in
They
the
would have
crowd.
looked at you like literally just like what the heck? Like because I got that look at the especially at the Ocean, like everybody, bro, everybody was the size of this remote. And like we're there, and I'm like, okay, yeah. I was like, y'all are little.
Imagine me and Congo walking through
They
there.
would look like the Asian girls. That guys would probably be mad because they'd probably be like the Japanese girls would be like. But I did notice too, like most of them like are very like to themselves. So like they'll make eye contact with you, and you'll get that kind of feeling like you get at the gym, like are they looking at me? And then, but then they won't look.
Okay, like you know me, you know how I am with
Yeah.
strangers. Like I don't give a fuck. I'll talk to anybody. On a scale from 1 to 10, how likely would I have gotten to some shit just by talking to strangers? Because I don't talk to people. Like fuck y'all, I know y'all. What am I
Yeah.
talk to you for?
Honestly, you probably would have just gotten free stuff or like got discounts.
Oh, sweet.
Because like when we were in Kyoto, like there was the lady with the shrimp cutlet sandwich, but I had just ate a bunch of food and I was like, hey, I'll be here tomorrow. I want to try that. And she's like, okay. She goes, and I was like, but can I have this? Like, I think it was like squid or something I got. And she's like, it's on the house. And I was like, huh? She's like, just come back tomorrow. And so I was like, oh, that's cool and all that. But like when you tell them like in English or like in Japanese that you like their food, oh, they love it because that means they did really good service there. And so it's one of those things where it's like they give you free stuff or just talking to them, they're like, oh, here, come here. Like, now the other parts where I went where foreigners weren't allowed, yeah, that was you would have been like us, like just nah. But you would have probably ended up at some place anyway, just hanging out with people and partying and eating and free food.
That's what I do.
And so, because like when I went on my own for a bit, I was talking to a few people, and they know English very well over there. Like a lot of them like are learning English, and they speak it like to me. I can never hear the excuse of like, oh, in America, like it's hard for people to learn English well. Because if they have a choice to learn, you have a choice to learn type of thing. Like, and don't get me wrong, there was some people there that like it was broken English, and they're like, "I'm sorry, my English," and I was like, "I come from America, like I hear this all the time." So it was
It's broken. It's more broken
So,
than
but
shit.
there was people that like they were like, "Oh, I learned it in 6 months," or I did. And there was people that spoke proper English, like very proper English. Like, well, it was all ages though. It wasn't just like young people. It was like 80-year-old like grandmas and grandpas, like and all that stuff. But yeah,
Motherfucker would have been. Motherfucker would have been talking to me, and it took him 5 minutes. He could be looking through that English dictionary talking about y'all.
yeah. Oh, I said that so much. They're like, I was like Texas, and they're like, oh, okay. But I don't think they get a lot of. I mean, I may be wrong, but everybody I talked to when I said Texas, they looked at me like I was crazy. Like Texas, like, and they were like all the way from Texas, and I'm like, well, yeah. And I was like, I guess y'all get a lot of like Californians and Seattle people and like West Coasters or New Yorkers. But I saw a guy there with Astros shirt on. He was cool. Hey, like, you one of us? But I was like, it's for food, definitely really good. Like price, man, you can live like a king over there on just food alone. I literally spent more money on food than on souvenirs.
I could eat. I can fuck with that. But I have to lift weights, bro. They would have had to let me be, like I had to.
You would have had to stay in like Tokyo, because that's where you can lift at. Like I only stayed in Tokyo for 2 days, and then I left to Kyoto, and so that was my reason. Like if I would have.
Give me 2 days worth of weights. I can fuck that up for a week's worth.
It was my fault. I should have looked. I looked and it would. So what happens is when you look at stuff on Google, you should translate it into Japanese and then look at it, and it'll give you more options. But the freaking gym it was trying to get me to go to was like an hour away, and I was like, I'm not getting on a train to go an hour away in a country I don't know just to go to the gym, and then them tell me no, and then come on.
Is there like designated areas like parks to do like cardio and shit?
From what I saw, yeah. So like on the window, every treadmill has windows.
If you give me like that spot, no, I'm talking about like, say there wasn't a gym. Is there like a park or a field?
Everybody runs over there. You can run anywhere. You can run on the street. There was people running on the shrines, like up and down the stairs of the shrines, like working out, like. But like every morning at 5 a.m, like by the rivers and all that stuff, so many people are walking and running, and like kids are walking to school. Like I saw like 6-year-olds walking to school by themselves, like riding their bikes to school. Like everybody's riding bicycles. Like that's what I say. Like they move. Like they are like.
I'd have been like, "Where's these damn sumo places at? I'll put on one of them diapers. I know these fools got some weights."
So over there, they have a thing where you can eat like one of them, and you can eat like a whole meal like a sumo wrestler before their matches. It's cool. I was like, but I didn't get to go there.
I'd have did that. You remember I used to watch that shit anyway.
So they were telling me like,
"Hey, them sumos, they train, bro. Like they train for real." I could fuck with what they do.
Yeah, I saw a video on their Japanese television of them, and I was like, these dudes are big. Like these are some massive dudes. Like, and so the guy there was telling me, he's like, you need to come back during sumo season. He goes and watch a match. He goes, those things are fun. He goes,
yeah, but you have to behave and shit, don't you? Like you can't be rowdy.
So the way that you said like New Japan is, where it's like that's how their culture is. Like,
yeah,
on the subway. You don't really
fuck that.
Yeah,
that's
like you don't really talk on the subway. Like it's kind of whispering, like. But it's also like you even walking in the like, and that's why I said it's different. Like Tokyo is loud, so you have to talk loud. Like you have to like, hey, what's going on, type of shit. But like on the subways, it's very like, but you'll notice like you'll.
So basically, what you're saying, it's abundantly obvious that it's a culture that they are more considerate than we
like
are.
At nighttime. Like I don't get me wrong, at night when I went to 7-Eleven at like 3 a.m. to get more beer, there was a lot of drunk people walking around. Did not make a sound though. Like you could tell because they were stumbling or like hitting the wall and everything. But it was so quiet. Like it was so quiet like out there, and it's because they're still considerate that people are going to work tomorrow, or like that they're drunk and all that stuff.
All right, let me ask you this: since you said you went to get more beer, considering I'm uncultured, evidently, and I wanted Bud Light. Bud Light, was that available there?
What did they have? I don't think they had Bud Light. They had Budweiser, which was very, yeah.
Budweiser.
So they had like their beers, which were like, it was a dry beer. So that was pretty. I mean, that one was good. They had a Highball, which was another one. It's called
Corona?
Highball or whatever. And
but did they have Corona?
Yeah, no, they did not.
Michelob?
No, I didn't see that. They had this shit called Super Dry Asahi or whatever. It kind of tasted like a light beer. It was just dry as fuck. And then, yeah.
I'll pass.
I'm trying to think of what other. They had like other stuff like. But like everything was like a Centauri, which was this beer. That's one of their other beers. That was like a very like it kind of tasted malty. But I mean, they had like kind of like Busch. A really fucking good Busch, like.
So like kind of yeah, Coors.
And so like they're so cheap though, so it's.
So you didn't get. So you
honestly
didn't get drunk.
No. The only day I got drunk was like the day I drank the sake. And that's because that stock I didn't. We went to the sake district, and that's all they have there are sake bars all over the place. And
when y'all got on the go-karts, did they check to see if y'all were sober?
Because it's but I mean, honestly, I don't think like they would have really been able to tell much anyway. But yeah, it was. They have like strict laws on like texting and driving and drunk driving and all that stuff. But like, and I was like, it's kind of crazy because you can drink and walk on the street. You can drink on a subway. The only time you can't drink is like in certain stores because they don't want their merchandise messed up. But that was like water and all that stuff. But like even like their culture is different. Like when you walk, like you don't eat and walk. You have to like walk to the side of the street or walk somewhere and eat there away from the business area. Or like if you're going to drink water, like you don't walk and drink, you stop, drink your water and then go. Or if you're on a subway, you can just sit there and eat or whatever. But they're very like considerate of that. Like certain things, like they walk on the left side, like, and then on like going this way, and then on the right side they walk coming this way. So it's like they drive on the left side. Like it was a.
Can you smoke?
Some have it. They're very strict on it though. But they have designated like cigarette spots like out in the areas. So like every restaurant, every big restaurant you went to had a smoking area. So you just walk over there, smoke, and like open a little door. Honestly, it didn't make any sense to me, but they have a little door and it slides open, but there's like underneath, like if you're in a urinal, like toilet seat thing.
If I ever go there, bro, I'm going full decked out in cowboy gear. Like I'm the hat
for Texas. Yeah, it's interesting. Like it's funny though, because like the cult in Tokyo, they love foreigners. Like from what I gathered, like even driving around, like they were waving, like oh hey, like they were just so like energetic about it. Like walking around, they were happy. Like looking at the cars there, like as I'm not a car person, but like the amount of sports cars and everything they have, like you would have loved how detailed they are with their cars. Like I did not see one dirty car there. I did not see one dirty freaking car even in the country. Like they were so clean, bro. Like every car I passed looked like they washed it every day. Like that was the thing, because they take their stuff so
maybe
serious.
That's where I get it from.
Probably is, because these people.
One of my I told you, my grandma's side, she was Japanese and Filipino, so one of her parents had to have been Japanese.
Yeah. Like they are so attentive to detail, bro. Like even like they would be like, okay, the shop opens at 11. At 10:50, they're out there with a scrubbing, cleaning the very edges of like the window seal, like getting all the dirt off. They're sweeping the whole front up, like making sure their business looks perfect and everything. And then like cars, I tell you, I didn't see a dirty car there. Like I didn't see one dirty car. Like I was like, these cars all look.
What was the most common kind of car over there? Like fucking Toyota or something?
Yeah, but they were like different Toyotas. Like they look. I mean, they were all small and everything. Like their 18 wheelers are like the size of my truck.
What the fuck? I
They're
was
like
about
the
to say,
little
do they have a
box
lot of
18
pickups
wheelers.
over there?
You know, their pickups were like, you know, like a kind of look like a tow truck kind of thing.
Mm.
And so they were like flatbed, like that type of thing and everything. And then they
Oh
had a lot
no.
of sports cars. Like they had a lot of sports cars, like so many. Like, but it was funny too because you could see like some people got like there was a guy in a Bentley. He brought it over there like an American Bentley and everything. And then there was like Ferraris and McLarens and
It's
like
like all y'all
every.
motherfuckers, and not one of y'all got a fucking box Chevy around this motherfucker. What's going on?
Well, the lowrider area they had like some shit. That's why I was like I don't know how y'all drive these in these streets.
Please tell
Like
me you seen a Cadillac over there somewhere.
I did not see a Cadillac. That was one thing I did not see. Now I'm pretty sure if I went to the area where the lowriders hung out at, I would probably see it. But I saw like skylines. And
I would have had
Skyline.
to go over there, bro, because
Yeah.
let's just be honest. I'm not going however many days you were there and not smoke a weed. Like
Yeah.
it's like, look,
Where did I get this at?
yeah. Somebody
Yeah,
should like, who can I trust to get me something?
and like I'm sure that there was people that like for sure could like find it because like we talked to a guy and we were talking about the like he was like if you want to do real Tokyo drift, he goes you have to drive out to the area where they hang out at. He goes it's open to everybody. He goes you go out there. He goes and you're out there till 3, 4, 5 in the morning, looking at everybody's cars, talking about cars with everybody. Like my brother's talking to one of the mechanic dudes. He had like a Nissan, and he was looking at him. He goes, "Hey, let's go drive." And he's like, "I just got out of jail." And he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I just got out of jail for racing." He goes, "I go in and out all the time, bro." He goes, "The cops here are crazy." And he was like, "What the hell?" And so then they're talking about. He was like, "What do you drive?" And my brother showed him his lifted truck, and he's like, "That's huge." And he's like, "Yeah, that's how they are over here, bro. Like we drive big cars." And he's like, "We drive small cars." And he's like, "Yeah, I know." And like it's total like culture shock, like, but like a lot of them like. I was thinking like, oh, tattoos are gonna be taboo there. A lot of them like were very like even the older generation were very open to it. Like they were kind of like, oh, cool, like we don't care.
I
Like
bet you could have got a good tattoo there just depending on what you wanted.
yeah, and
Like them
what
fools who
happened?
be fucking copying like the American culture shit. I bet you if you wanted like some old like biker shit from back in the day, they're probably pretty good at that shit by now.
Yeah, I saw like some people. I mean, I ran into some yakuza's there. Like I saw their art. I was looking at their arms, and I was like, they got some good artists over here. Like,
hey, Yakuza, Smoky, we're in
yeah,
backward.
as I said, I'm pretty sure like you were able to like go, but even like the cops, like I was like, I haven't seen a lot of cops, and they're like, they're around. I was like, huh? They're like, they're around, and I was like, these dudes are like ninjas out here, like
Did they
just
have
straight
cigar
riding.
lounges and shit?
They had so they have what's called like tobacco shops, and they sell them there, but they're
But can you
closed on
smoke there?
Sundays. I didn't go to it because I thought it was gonna be open, but they closed on Sunday when I went, and so I didn't get to go in there. But from what I looked at on Google, they had a lot of stuff there, and I'm pretty sure you could smoke there, like try out cigars the same way the Sakiwas were, because like their culture of drinking and like everything is so like drinkers here would love drinking over there because it's not frowned upon to be drunk over there. Like the whole Saki district is literally like I walked in, there was 7 bars linked together.
But
With
how
a
could you
hallway.
have full areas to drink like that and it's quiet? Like
That's what I didn't get. Like in there,
they
in
weren't
this,
playing music or nothing.
no,
They didn't have a
like
DJ, like
the
nothing.
only places like that were playing music were like there were some bars playing music, but there was like American music, like. But so I was like, oh, I know this song. Like I was like, oh, I listen to this. Like, but like most of them, like they're so trash, and then they're quiet when they leave like the area. Like in the bar, like our last sake place we went to, it was loud. Like everybody's laughing. Like they were laughing at us because we were Americans getting drunk. Like they were some old dude was laughing, drinking his sake like this and everything. Like, but like it was like all fun, but it was loud in there. But the minute you walk out, streets quiet. But then like Golden Week, with the tourists there, it was loud. Like it got loud quickly because most people are, especially around the world, from what I realize, is they know what Japanese culture is, but they just don't care. And so,
Yes.
as like for me, I was trying to be as respectful as I could to their culture part. Like if somebody's in front of me on the subway, I'm not going to scream at the top of my lungs for you to hear me. I'm just going to, hey, like like regular voice. There was people that were like yelling on the subway, like, and I'm like, all right, you're being excessive, like. So like they'll look at you like and stuff and like, but like they do say like sorry a lot. Like if one of them goes in front of you by accident, they're like, oh, go in, like, and it's like, oh, you're good, like my bad, like it's. But their stairs are small, bro. Like I almost fell down the stairs like 3 times in like a store, because like the stairs on our Stairmaster, they were smaller than that, and they're steep. They're like you're walking down. Like I was like,
so they don't have stairs. They got ladder. They got fucking ladders.
It felt like a ladder. Like it was steep, and I almost slid off them. And I was like, yo, this is terrible. Like there was some places where like you would have been like, I'm not going in there, like. Cause like there was places I was like, oh, like, and I had a bag on, so even me, I was like, oh no, like.
Oh, I seen your video with your backpack. I was like, he gave up on the purse.
No, I had it on to also. I kept my passport and my coins in here, and then I had my backpack for my.
So you were walking around looking like a tourist.
Yeah. Well, even they walk around with like. So the girls have purses, but the guys have like those satchel ones, or they have the fanny pack ones, or like they'll have like these coin things with like the yen thing in it on there, so they can put it in their pocket and stuff. But like you get so many coins, like I still have so many coins in my freaking coin thing, like because it goes from 1 to 5 to 10 to 100 to 500 yen. And then after that, it goes up to bills. And so like it goes from like 1,000 to 5,000, 50,000, and 10,000. And so
it's like ours. They just add their decimal points in a fucked up place.
Yeah. And so like it was just very like you get so many 500s and under like as change that you have to carry your coins in something like. And so I was like, well, this is stupid. But so when
depends on what I'm wearing. Because, like, if I'm moving around like that much, I'm probably wearing, like, joggers or something, to be honest. Yeah. Or shorts.
Honestly, like, I'm glad I brought, like, some workout clothes because I wore those mostly than anything else. Like, it was like, all right, we're going to put some joggers on, a hoodie, and I'm ready to go. But, like, the worst day was the rainy day. Because everybody's walking around like I think everybody owns an umbrella in Japan. Like it just like you'll see endless umbrellas everywhere. But like I realized that people around the world don't know how to use umbrellas because there was so many idiots when I was going up the mountain, and they're literally like using their umbrellas, but like holding it like this sideways. So it's hitting other people and it's running into other people. And I'm just looking at them like, bro,
get that shit out of here.
There's 2 umbrellas here and you're walking in between. You don't walk at the same height of those. You can raise it up a little bit or you can go do something else, but they're walking like this. I got hit in the back with umbrellas and all that stuff. And it's like, I'll look at people and then they're speaking a totally different language than what I've ever heard. And I'm just like, you are the people that they talk about where they don't like. Like there's people on the subway. You have a luggage. Your luggage has wheels on it. Common sense would be, let me hold my luggage while I hold on to the subway thing so it doesn't roll. People were just letting their luggages roll and it was hitting people. And I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you're idiots.
I want to assume those are also American.
They weren't. It was some Indians. It was like the Americans that I did see, very chill. The Canadians I saw, very chill. Like, it was more of like the Indians, the Chinese ones there. Like, it was like, I mean, there was a lot of foreigners from everywhere. Like Golden Week was like, I will never go back during Golden Week again. Like that's my biggest thing. Like I will never go back to Japan during the time I went, just because when I had to ride the bullet train at 250 miles per hour and hold on to like a chair seat like this with my luggage because there was no more seats and the doors closed and I was stuck in between. That was some of the worst things I've ever did in my life because you were literally moving so quick to where your body wants to do this.
Yeah.
But you're having to hold your core. Yeah. I had to like brace my feet, tighten my core and hold on. And some lady's like looking at me mad that I'm holding on to her seat. And I'm like, lady, either I fly towards you or I'm gonna hold on to your seat so I don't lose. And she was like, can you move? And I was like, there's people here and here. There's literally people in the restroom over there. Like there's nowhere I can go. Like, and it was bad. Like, I was like, I'll never do that again. Carrying your luggage from like one side to another in between people is like imagine the gym super packed, like in just the front area, and you're having to carry luggage through all of them. Like, that's how it felt like going places. Like, I was like, this is crazy. Like,
yeah. See, that's why I need to go to a country that's just made for big people.
But I will say, like, Tokyo, that's the place to like go to, like, because it's so like you get Japan, but it's also like modern stuff. Like,
but you just said they had rats, bro.
Yeah, but it's like they take care of their stuff. Like, I didn't. I mean, I will say this: I did get scared my last day and my second day in Tokyo. There was one of the biggest spiders I've ever seen in my life. It was in the kitchen, and mind you, the beds are on the floor. So I'm like, whatever. I was gonna leave it, and I was like, no, I don't need to get bit by some foreign spider like 2 days in. And so I grabbed one of my shoes, and I was in the corner, and I went to hit it, and I smashed that thing. And all I see is the spider turn around, and then its little fang things come out and hit my shoe. And I was like, what the heck? And so I grabbed it again. I hit that thing again and hit my shoe twice. And so I just started beating the damn spider up and all that stuff. That thing did not want to die. And it looked like a brown recluse spider, but I don't know what it was. But that thing was huge. It was literally like that big, like, and everything. That was the only bug I saw there, though. Like, their mosquitoes, huge. Huge. They didn't bite me, though. It was weird. I was on the mountain, didn't get bit once by a mosquito, but they would fly around you. And so I killed one because I'm so used to killing them.
Nah, they smell that creatine.
Yeah, that thing was like that big, bro. Like, it was massive. It looked like a prehistoric shit. I was like, what the hell is that? And I was like, it's a mosquito. Like, that thing was massive. I was like, bro, what the heck? But they had some cool stuff.
Well, I'm glad you had fun, I guess. Would you go back?
Yeah, I'll go back. Oh, see, that was a mosquito right there.
Oh, dang. That motherfucker's so big, he was just coming to ask you to borrow a shirt.
Yeah, that thing was huge. I was like, what the hell is this shit? Nah, I'd go back, though. I'd go to Tokyo, though, for sure. Like, that's probably where I would stay at. Like, Tokyo, eat at the mom and pop's places and stay away from the tourist places.
Did you try that stupid fucking burger thing that Ron wanted?
Yes. And I told him I was very upset because I tried the Lady Shrimp burger before I tried the McDonald's one, and it made the McDonald's one taste shittier because she used like super natural shrimp, like, but it tasted great. So, yeah. Ron was like, did you take a picture for me? I was like, yes, I took a picture. And I was like,
fucking weirdo.
But I did tell him there was an Indian girl there when I was doing my go-kart thing. She's traveled everywhere. She was like, do you like food? And I was like, I love food. And she's like, Korea. And I was like, huh? She's like, South Korea's food market is like amazing. And I was just like, so I told Ron this morning, and he was like, I got to add that to the list, bro. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but like, aren't they more asshole over
there? Not too mad. If you stay in Seoul, from where she told me. But like, I believe her because she's the one that told me about Osaka and how they're assholes there.
Bro, I just think, like, you know how random shit just happens.
Yeah.
When I'm around. And I just don't want to be that far from the house when it happens. That's just a long way to go, bro.
There was days where it was weird because, like, when I was there, like, I didn't really have, like, you know, where you get people that look at you, like, in a bad way. I didn't
Yeah.
get that from like the Japanese people. Like it was other foreigners. Like there was like these 5 Indian dudes walking by me and my brother, and they kept staring, and we turned back around. We're like, "What are you looking at, dude?" And they were just like,
They were
and I was
trying to
like,
figure out if you were one of them, DJ Khaled.
I think that's what it was too, because there was some on the train, and they kept looking at me. I looked up at both of them. And I was like, dog, y'all stink. Y'all gotta move the hell around, dog. Like y'all smell like
So
definitely.
what's the moral of that? What's the lesson in that? When you go to places like that, you need to wear Texas shit. You need to let them know where you're from, bro.
That's why I wore my BCB shirt one day, and they didn't know what was going on with that. But everybody kept looking at it, and then I wore my Houston Rockets jacket like 3 times, and they were just like, and all that stuff. And so I was like, all right, cool. I was like, I should have brought more stuff, like. But yeah, they love Texas over there. I didn't every time like I'd be like, oh, I'm from America, and they'd be like, where though? And I was like, oh, Texas, and they're like, Texas, like, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, horses, yeah. I was like, not Dallas.
Cadillacs, drink.
Yeah,
but
they listen to rap music, like, yeah, it's like Tokyo, Shibuya area, like. So like the way Tokyo separated, it's literally like Houston. Like you have your like nice side of like the woodlands and all that stuff, and then you have like your kind of like hood areas, and then you have like your like downtown area, and it's like separated like that. Like so you can get a feel of everything pretty much like easily.
Well, I don't want to get a feel. I just want to. I would want to eat a lot.
It's easy. There's literally food everywhere. Like
I would want to smoke their weed. Like I want not even just being a pipe. Like I would like to try Japanese weed to see how different it is.
I'm pretty sure you can find it.
I know I can find
it.
Yeah. What else would I want to do? I would like to go to the arcade because I think they'd have a dope ass arcade.
So many arcades there. They got 24-hour arcades there. Like you literally, I didn't get to go to it because I literally got so drunk at the billiards area that I was just, I'm going home.
I would just for shits and gigs like to play a game of pickup basketball while I'm there.
That was a thing too. There was, I didn't see any, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure they have them there, but I didn't see any basketball courts out there. Like, but then again,
I'm sure they wouldn't have their shit outside.
Yeah, and so that's what I was thinking too, because the only things I saw outside were like baseball fields, soccer fields.
But that's what I'm saying. I guarantee you they may not have like what we consider a gym, but they have like rec centers.
Yeah, no, they had a ton of those, and that's what kept popping up on my stuff, like that I couldn't go to because some of them make you have because some of them didn't want foreigners, but after I saw the other foreigners, I was like, oh, okay, I see why. And then some of them were like, you need a membership there, like for only residents there, because they were smaller. And so I was like, oh, okay, I guess they don't want people breaking their stuff and all that. Like, but like in Tokyo, there was like bigger like gyms and everything. Like, but everybody's so clean there. Like everybody I saw coming out of, I didn't know it was a gym because everybody was coming out of it like dressed for work or dressed for school. And so I was like, it was like, you walk in and it's like a hallway and then there's escalators and they go up.
I think the proper approach to this would be, right, like not that we're fucking important or anything like that, but somebody would have to like go on like YouTube and find who's a fucking influencer over there and then be like, yo, like hook it up.
Yeah.
This is what we want to do.
And I'm sure, like, I know what I noticed too is like if I was to write a gym, like, hey, we're going over there, can we go to your gym? That works a lot too.
Congo been there a million times. Set me and Congo and that bitch loose with a fucking Godzilla costume on. Man, that shit's a movie, bro.
That's why I was like, I'm pretty sure like there's areas where you could like do. I was like, yeah, this is easy. Like, but I mean, it was one of those things. Like next time I go, I'm definitely hitting some gyms up, like in Tokyo, because that's where I'm gonna be at most of my time. Like,
and this is strictly an inside joke. If anybody else sees this, they won't understand it. But if I go, bro, I'm getting fucking revenge for Pearl Harbor.
Oh man. Oh man. I'll find the spots for you.
Well, if I got to sit on that airplane for that long, then
Yeah, that's I don't get how the ride there took 13 to 14 hours, but my ride back was 11 hours.
maybe you're going with against and with the wind.
I guess that would make sense then, because I went all the way up to Alaska, then around Russia area, and then came that way. Like,
ooh, poor little you. You got home faster. What the fuck?
yeah, no, I was like, this is, but that I will say, don't sit in the back of the plane for 13, 14 hours. Your legs are gonna hurt.
No, well, I would literally have to get fucking. I'm bitchy. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be uncomfortable for that long.
There was I will say that there was a fat American dude on my way over there, and this fool did not fit in the seat. They had to get him the extender thing for the seatbelt.
It's
And
not even that I'm bitchy, because like I wouldn't ruin it for everybody else, but like I don't do well with sitting still. I done moved 20,000 times in the seat just sitting here for like an hour.
Yeah. No, it was bad. Like I'd have to get one of the seats in the very front area where I can be kind of by myself and get up and walk around and shit, like move in my area. Like,
how much were those?
Some of them. So the ones in front of me in the first row, there was 4 sections. So it's of course the most expensive ones where it's like an office, and then they have another one where it's kind of like a recliner seat thing with like a table and all that stuff. And then they had the other ones where it's like, instead of the seats that we were in, it was like bigger seats with more space, but they had like a little thing for your feet and bigger TVs. Those were probably like 300, 400 more. And then they had the ones in behind you that had more space, but they were just a little bit more compressed, and those were like 100 to 200 more. And then it was our seats.
You had me with the space I could walk around with. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, like once the plane's in the air, you can walk all you want. Like there was ladies walking around the whole plane. Like they'd walk all the way to the front to where you just couldn't walk anymore, and then walk around the area, and then walk behind the plane, and just that stuff. You'd probably have to like be in that front area, because the back area, even the thing gets smaller. Like
just give me a spot to stretch.
Yeah. Like there was times I literally just went to the restroom just to walk. Like I was like, all right, I don't know where I'm walking. I'm just gonna walk to the restroom, and I go in there, look at myself in the mirror, and like throw some water on my face, and be like, all right, let's go.
The only other solution I have is I'm gonna drop a Xanax or two, and I'll
some dude. I don't know what the fuck he took the way over there. That fool was knocked the fuck out for 8 hours.
Hell yeah.
That fool had the little fucking pillow thing on. They gave you a blanket, another thing. He was like knocked the fuck out and everything. And all that shit. He was gone to the world. Like he missed the first 2 meals and everything. Like he was gone to the world. He woke up, got some alcohol, drank like 3 bottles of shit, and passed the fuck out again. All that stuff.
You know what? You know what that is? That means he's made that trip quite a few times.
Yes. Like that fool there was like, I was like, you know what, bro? I ain't mad at you at all. Like the way back, I was prepared. The way there, I was so new to me. I was like, oh, okay. Like if I do it now, I'm like, all right, I'm packing light, not taking all this shit. Like I didn't use my laptop one fucking bit on that damn thing. So I was like, I brought it for nothing.
I would have used it.
Well, they have movies on the screens like in front of you, and they had like brand new movies like out. So like,
yeah, but
I had Peaky Blinders downloaded on here, so I watched the first 6 episodes.
It's dope, right?
Yeah, I loved it. And so and then they had movies on there. Like I watched John Wick 4, I watched Gladiator 2 on there. They had the new Captain America thing. Like I was like, some of these movies just came out. What the hell? But they had so many movies on there. They had TV shows. But it was so funny because like you could see people's screens in front of you, and then it kind of gets like a side glare, like the protective screens. But I could see people in front of me what they were watching, and like there was this like old Asian dude. He was watching a show, and it was a movie, but there's a sex scene in there, and it was so hilarious when it came on because I was just like falling asleep, and I woke up and I looked, and there's like this girl like butt naked on like this dude's lap, and he was like hitting the screen, like trying to fast forward it, and his wife's asleep next to him. And then they started arguing and everything. He's like, I don't know, it's just like that. But I was like, damn, bro, getting in trouble on the plane and shit. I was like,
he ain't even touching himself.
Yeah,
I don't think
there was some people. There was some weird people on. Like going there, my screen was broken, so I couldn't watch a movie. My button didn't work. My button, I would hit the button to call an attendant, and it would go 5 rows over, and then their button went on. And so then we figured it out. Like they were going to them, and they were asking like, "What do you need?" And they're like, "We didn't hit the button." And I'm like, "Hey," when they would come back, I'm like, "Hey, can I get a water? Can I get this?" And then so finally we hit it one time, and my brother looked, and he's like, "Hold on, bro." And he's like, he turned the light switch on. Their light came on, but not ours. And so we were like, "Hey, I think." Like they all 3 ran up there and they're like, "Can y'all stop hitting the button and this and then?" They're like, "We're not hitting nothing." So they start hitting their buttons and nothing's working. And then I called one over and me and my brother like, "Hey, I think our stuff is hitting their stuff." And she's like, "Well, no, that's not possible." Like, yeah, look. And we hit our light button, their light came on. We hit the attendance button and their attendance thing went on. They were like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Let's go restart everything." And then they restarted it. Their shit turned off and our shit turned off. So they were like, "You just got to raise your hand now at this point." I was like, "All right, cool."
Hope we see it.
Yeah. I was like, "This is great." I was like, "Whatever." But that was like 3 hours left in the flight. I was like, "All right, whatever, dog."
I mean, I would have literally made it my personal mission on that plane for that long to see how many people I could annoy. I would have. Like, who is farting? I'd have been like, me.
No, somebody let one rip on the way up there. Like I legit was like, God damn. Like it was like bad. Like somebody let one rip.
That's funny, bro. Farts are funny to me.
Yeah, they let that thing rip. That whole thing smelled. I didn't catch it until my brother was like, "Damn, dog." And I was just like, "What the hell?" It was bad. Like, and it was somebody that was asleep because everybody around us was pretty much asleep. If somebody let one rip.
Yeah, but be honest, like everybody on that bitch farted at some point.
I will take the fart over everybody taking their damn shoes off when we got there on the way back, and it smelled like fucking Doritos. Like everybody was, and it, mind you, it's 6 p.m. So like everybody walked to the airport in the same subways and everything. We're sweaty as shit, nasty. You knew it's bad when you get on the plane, they take off and they give you a hot ass towel to wipe your face and area to clean yourself because they know you're gonna be on this flight that long. And people were taking their shoes off, and I was like, "Come on, dog! Like it stinks in this mug. Like, come on, bro! Like, what the hell's wrong with you?" Like I saw dudes like facing with the rag, they were putting it in their underarms and everything. Like they're doing a whole bird bath. And I was like, "Hey, fuck it, dog. I ain't tripping because you can't take your deodorant on there either. They'll throw it away." So before I did, I put my deodorant on. I threw it in my little bag and shit. And I was like, "All right, we good," and all that. Like I'm as doctored up as I can fucking be. Like,
hey, but I ain't funky.
Yeah,
that much.
Like going there, I felt like disgusted when I got like when I got to my Airbnb. I was like, I need a shower. Like I smell like I've been like walking around everywhere. Like I was like sweaty. Like I was.
But y'all couldn't take wipes. What? Y'all couldn't take like wipes on the plane?
You can, but like just throwing.
Hey, bro, they got hot towels. I'll take the whole bath. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean,
they should have gave us that the day we left too, because I mean, that shit sucked too. And I will say this: Japanese airline, they take care of your luggage so fucking well. They're like putting on the conveyor belt. Dallas Airlines, screw them, bro. Screw the hell. They're literally like, "This yours?" Throw it across the shit. Like I was like, my bag got. When I had to pick it back up in Dallas, I looked, I was like, "Oh, it's like one scratch." That's crazy. Like, cool. From the minute I turned it into Dallas to the 45-minute drive or flight to Houston, that bag got scratched, had black shit all over it. Like, I was like, "You pieces of shit," just literally. And I hate it because the video they show you is like, "Here at American Airlines, we care." And they're like smiling, putting the bag to the side. I saw the dude grab my bag and just go. I was like, "Bro, what the hell, dog?" Like,
They don't pay me enough to
They
give a
did not give one fuck. I was like, it was ridiculous. And then some dude was playing a shooting game on the plane from Dallas to Houston, and everybody's looking at me because I have my phone. I'm like with my phone, just like chilling, and they're all looking at me, and I was like, what everybody looking at me for? And they're like, can you turn your game down? And I was like, I'm not playing shit. And I was like that, and they're like, who is it? And I was like, it's the fucking dude behind me. And he just kept playing shooting games and shooting games and shooting games. And then finally the attendant was like, sir, like, I'm gonna have to have you turn that down or you're not gonna be able to fly anymore. And they were just like, he's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I was like, y'all are idiots. Like, all y'all are idiots. Like, some lady was like, can you put my bag up for me? I was like, I don't know you. Like, and then I was leaving, and I was walking off, and she's like, "You're not gonna help me take it down." I was like, "I don't know you like that. Like, you're not my girl. First of all, like, second of all, I'm trying to get home."
She wasn't old or nothing.
No, she was like a younger, like Middle Eastern chick or something. Like, I guess she thought I was her kind or something, but no.
Another one.
And I will say, like, beards there, I didn't see many people with facial hair at all. Like,
I don't think they can even. They really grow it anyway.
no, the people I saw buying razors, they had like patchy like beards, and I was like, oh, I see why y'all don't have facial hair.
Yeah, that's not a big industry there.
Yeah, like they sell so many razors there. I saw so many electric razors there, but they don't ever keep it. But I went to the barbershop to look at it, and I didn't see one thing on the wall about beards. So I was like, nah. Like, and I was gonna do like you said, go get a haircut for content, but it didn't look like I didn't want to look like Kim Jong Un or nothing. So
nah, I don't think they would have fucked it up.
but there was a lot of like, there was some Asians with like kind of like the Edgar cut over there, like a little bit. Like, no, you know what, the haircut that they had that was like popular with some of the younger ones was like the Jey Uso haircut.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, so I saw a few people with it and all that stuff. Like, but it was funny being like a different skin tone than them. Like, because they were like, no, they would have been like, are you like kind of like
a little bit, just a little bit.
Because like one of the guys that was there's a guy Ken, he was our driver for like Mount Fuji. He had tattoos all over, but he had them like covered. And so when my brother was like, "Hey, can I see your tattoos?" and he was like barely wanted to show us, and then we were like, "No, we got them too," and we just started like that. He's like, "Oh, all right." He started telling, he's like, "I'm all in the Philippines, man." He goes, "I'm Filipino," and this and that. And we were like, "Oh, that's what's up, dog." And I was like, "Oh yeah, Japanese culture, it's like frowned upon, like over a little bit." But I will say, like, I did see a lot of Japanese people with tattoos, like a lot of them. Like, I guess as the culture is going down, like, because I didn't really get side eye from people about my tattoos. It was more older people. But then, like, when I was like give my seat up to them, they were like, oh, "Okay," and all that stuff. And so, like, I was like, "Oh, you can have it. Like, you're good," and all that stuff. So then they were like, "Oh, a little more open to it." But there was a lot of younger people with tattoos. Like, there were some dudes. I was like, "Y'all look like y'all just came from like LA, like you're an USO, like type shit." Like,
you should have just went like this.
Yes. I was just like, and then wrestling's huge over there. Like, they have wrestling posters everywhere.
Wrestling's way big over there, and boxing.
Yeah, so much wrestling stuff over there, like on the side of
like
the road.
Our wrestlers or their wrestlers?
They're wrestlers.
Oh, the New Japan guys, Noah.
Like, they had a New Japan thing. Like, it was their training. I saw their training building thing, or I guess that's what it was. I couldn't read it yet, but it had like the training logo on there, and then it was like a building, and then they had like posters on the like sides of the roads and shit, like of like wrestling tournaments coming up and like wrestling events. Like, there was all girls wrestling thing, and all that shit. I was like, I'm gonna go watch this shit.
Oh no, what's that shit called? Yeah, Stardom.
I think so. Yeah, it was cool though. Like, I was walking.
You should have wore a Io Sky shirt over there.
Oh yeah, and then freaking the one guy you can't get away from over there is freaking Otani, bro. You see him everywhere. He is on every freaking advertisement there. Beats, Shohei Ohtani. Sony, their headphones. They have so many brands of headphones. And I guess because they use them so much when they're on the subways and walking, bro. No fucking lie, I saw 50 different pairs of brands of headphones.
Were
Like they
those
had
cheap?
Japanese, they were cheap as shit, but like I couldn't tell you what was good or not because I couldn't read them. Like, and so like they had so many different types of headphones. Of course, they had the Apples, they had the Beats, they had all that stuff, but they had brands like Japanese brands, they had Chinese brands, they had like Korean brands. Like I was just like, I didn't even know you had these types of headphones. Like so many of these headphones, like, and they had like for all sizes of ears. They had like little ones that looked like AirPods. You had ones that curved on your ear. You had like little
You
ones that
should have
just
fucking just bought a bunch of the cheap ass AirPod looking ones, and we could have gave them out for Christmas.
I should have, but I thought I was also going to get taxed on a shit ton of them because they have like limits you have to do and all that stuff. But then
Well,
also I asked the
you should have
lady
got
on
somebody's information, and we could have bought them hoes and then had them shipped. Like
True.
AirPods for Christmas, knockoff AirPods for Christmas for everybody in
the they were legit AirPods though.
Oh, what the fuck?
Like my brother bought a Japanese Xbox controller for like $30.
Oh wow.
Like he bought a PlayStation one for like $30, like brand new. Like my sister-in-law bought some Beats headphones for like 100. Like the lady I got. Yeah. So that's why I said.
No, I want to get knockoff shit for everybody because it's funnier.
Oh. It's like, what are these? The funny thing is though, like even all their brand stuff, like their headphones, you can use your C-SPAN like adapters for them because everything's the same. Like everything was so like even our wall chargers are the same as theirs. It's just they use 100 watts, we use 120. Like, so I didn't have to buy an adapter or nothing. I didn't have to get into that shit. Like, it was so easy. Like, because I was like, I gotta go buy a charger, and then the guy was like, it's the same one you have, and I was like, oh, well, never mind. I'll just keep what I have then. Like, it was fine. No, I mean but there was so much shit there. Like I saw like Timberlands there, like, and they were the same price as you. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I saw like
I'm gonna go over there looking for the cheap shit. Like, where's the knockoff shit?
So that's where I figured out, like, I knew in my head.
I want to go to their flea market.
And we ended up finding it, but I didn't have more room in my luggage at the time. Like now that I have this big luggage, the next time I go, I am literally taking 3 to 4 packs of clothes only, and the rest of my luggage is going to be to bring stuff back because they have washers and dryers. Like their washers and dryers are so small, but they do to where they wash and dry, or they wash and then you just hang it up like old school. Like, but like, so the washer and dryer I had in Kyoto, it was a washer and dryer. So you just hit the button, you hit start, and it weighs your clothes, and then it throws the water in there and everything, and then it will tell you from the amount of weight how long it's going to take. And so it takes longer, but you don't have to move it out. Like, so like I did a load of clothes and it took 3 hours, but that was washing and drying and everything. Yeah. So it would wash the clothes, and then it would take all the water out, and then it got really hot and steamed it up, and then it went. But like their toothpaste was like crazy over there. Like they had like toothpaste. Their skincare was called like body cream or something, and I couldn't read it. I didn't know what the fuck it was, but it was body wash. But like, you know those videos where they're putting like shampoo in the people's hair and they're just like, it won't go away. That's what it felt like. But my skin felt so soft after using it. Like I was like, it felt like, it just felt like
because it probably didn't have all that fucking chemicals and shit in it.
Yeah. Their shower heads felt different. Like their water in their shower, like it just felt cleaner. Like your skin felt so smooth after it. Like I ate McDonald's. I didn't feel all nasty and shit. Like after eating it, like I didn't feel like it was just like, what the hell? Like
you didn't feel like somebody spit in your food?
No. I was like, everything I had was pretty much good. Like I was like,
I would have tried like any kind of brisket they had there also.
Oh, they love like meat and everything over there. Like that's one thing they're That's one thing. It was so easy to get protein. Like it was so easy to find protein. Like between seafood and like beef are like the two like easiest things to find. They're like every corner had Kobe beef or Wagyu or like steak or something like, and it was like, oh, give me like 2 minutes and your steak's done, or like, give me this. Like, and they love strawberries there, like so much strawberry
I could
stuff.
tell. Those are strawberry Kit Kats you brought
They
over.
they have these regular strawberries and then they have these white strawberries, and so like they love them. Their matcha, of course, is like huge over there. Like it's like I went to Kyoto.
I bet you. I don't know why I thought of it. I bet you they got good fucking orange juice.
They did. I had Minute Maid. They had Minute Maid lemonade there. That shit was delicious. And all that stuff. It was like I was like, what the hell? Like they have like there was places still making Coca-Cola where like they spin it with the flavor and everything, with the spoon and everything, like the old school way. And it tasted delicious. I was like, but in Kyoto they had their whiskey was it was a peach or a plum flavor whiskey cola. And that shit was I think it was peach. And so it was Coke, but like with their whiskey that they have there, Suntory, and then like peach flavor, and it was delicious. I was like, it tastes like a peach Coca-Cola, like but with alcohol. Like I was like, but it was cheaper to get that than like an alcohol, like a regular drink. So I was like,
they're just as addictive as an American chip. Either that or it was real hot. I don't know. But
I had some sour cream and onion chips that I brought you, but my brother ate them drunk, and I couldn't find them again. I was like, damn it.
I don't blame him.
He was like, whose are these? And I was like, mine. I'm taking those. He's like, I'll buy you another one tomorrow. And then I just could not find them again. I was like, are you kidding me? No 7-Eleven has a sour cream and onion.
Did they have Pringles?
Yeah. They had a regular Pringles, and then they had like it was a orange container, and it looked like a bright orange, like yellow, and it was.
Hey, did they have a Walmart there?
No.
I just wanted.
They have so even like over there, like you have your 7-Elevens, you have a Lawson's, which is like the more
that's
ghetto.
More like a grocery store. Or
it's more like it's the ghetto version of 7-Eleven. So they stink and they're kind of more ghetto. And then you have a Family Mart, and that's like even worse. And so those are like the three main corner stores you'll have there. Then they have like markets, like food markets and all that stuff. But like, so like Tylenol, if you want Tylenol, you can't get it at like 7-Eleven. You have to go to a drugstore and all that stuff and go. They have all their drugstores and everything like together. So like they have like your therapeutic shit, like your hair products, like toothpaste, like.
They have like CVS, and they probably don't sell food.
Yeah, well, they sell food in there also, but like it's just your medicine and that. Stuff, but their dosage is smaller too. Like ibuprofen, it only goes up to 150 over there. So like, I was like, but I was reading, and they said they have like they're very strict on like their drug policies, so that's why they're
what was
different.
the best food to eat from the 7-Eleven?
Honestly, the one thing I'm gonna miss is the egg sandwich. They had these like. But man, that thing gassed you the hell up. Like you better eat it early. But other than that,
like,
it was
what kind of egg? Like egg salad?
No, it was honestly. It tasted like it was so fluffy, like a deviled egg kind of.
Oh yeah.
But it was just some of the best egg sandwich. Like it was weird. It was one of the best eggs I've ever had, like in my life. Like it was so fluffy. It just felt like biting air. Like. I was like, this is crazy. But then the thing I'm going to miss, and everybody's like, bro, we have that in America at HEB. And I was like, yeah, I know, but it's not the same. Like, is this thing right here, the strawberries, custard, and whipped cream sandwich. This was one of the best things I've ever eaten, like, as a dessert, bro.
Make it yourself?
Yeah, I'm too lazy for that. But like, it was like, so see, this was the egg salad. They had an egg salad and tuna sandwich. and then they had a shrimp cutlet sandwich, and then like the Doritos were like taco flavor, like. So I thought it was nacho cheese when I bought it, and then I got home and I was like, "Oh, it's not. It's taco flavor."
But did it taste like the nacho cheese ones?
No, it tasted like Taco Bell.
Ugh.
Like it literally tasted like Taco Bell. Like,
well, I can tell you this: I'm pretty much done with this bag of chips, and this might be the best barbecue flavored bag of chips I ever ate. Because that's what it tastes like now.
I will say, I had a protein milk. Anybody that likes protein shit, you're gonna hate it. This shit was. I will not say it's disgusting, but you could not pay me to drink this again over there. It tasted like a terrible chocolate milk. But I was like,
They
let me
probably just
try
gave you
it.
protein powder and water.
Yeah, it's what it tastes like. It was pretty bad. Like, but like old school, like so like this was my meal at one of the Olsons. Like that was a meal, like, and so that was like it wasn't a lot, but like
I was just say,
I was so hungry after that.
I was say I ain't looking for pretty. Can I get some food?
Yeah. And then like their breakfast was like tofu, but like, bro, like this is the door to one of my rooms. Look how small it is.
I would not have fit through. I stood next to you many times.
Look at how small. I was like, they would not fit in this at all. Like this thing is super small though. Like this was the stairs I was telling you about. I almost fell. Like coming down, like it was so steep. Like I almost fell taking this picture. Like I was like, this stairway is like super. But then they have like these,
dude, your head was at the top of that door.
Yeah. And then like they have like in the ghetto places, they have like these like seats where it's just literally a cushion on like plastic and everything, and that's how you sit. And so like, but it was so cheap to eat. It was so cheap to like sit there. And it was cool though, but I mean, like if I go back, it's for the food because the food was like amazing. Like this chicken thing was dope. Like it was like a chicken shaker thing, and you just throw like the flavor on it. You shake it up and everything. Tasted like a cheese chicken. Like
they let you recording like the McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
Shit?
I recorded my breakfast, which it's funny because they know like, oh, you're American. Like, see, this was like a vending machine out there. Like every street has these. Like it's just different drinks.
I'm saying I'll go to that McDonald's and eat one of everything.
Yeah, the lady looked at me when it was breakfast, and I ordered like, oh yeah, see 5-star GP. They had like a wrestling poster and everything, like all women's wrestling and stuff. Like, yeah, the lady looked at me, bro. I ordered so much food at that McDonald's. She was just like, and I was like, oh yeah, she's probably wondering because my order is the last one to come out. Like, I ate everything.
Give me one of everything.
Yeah, that's how I felt like. It was cool. Like they had these sushi things where like the sushi comes to you and everything. Like it just goes on a conveyor belt, and you just hit what you want.
I sure hope that was an all you can eat.
No, bro, it was so cheap. Like for 5 of us, like we ate a lot and drank a lot, and it was like $10. Like it was like we got our bills like, and I was like, how much was it? And they're like $35. And I was like, huh? Like American? They're like, yeah. And I was like, we just ate so much shit. Like, what are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, I know. Like there was days where I was like, I got it, guys. Don't worry about it. Like I'll pay today. And this shit, like I was like, oh yeah, this shit's like nothing. Like eating out there, like you go at like at least 1,000. That's enough to eat as much as you fucking want for like a week and a half, like just on food.
I need to go find some wings there.
They had those. I didn't eat them, but the fiber Coke works. They have a fiber Pepsi that works also. Yeah, if you
No, I'm good. I'll pass on that.
I was like, I regretted it instant. The minute I drank it, I was like, oh shit! Like, yeah, it was, it worked. But if you're trying to eat a lot, you good the next day. You wake up and you're like, yep, we good to go.
Cardio usually gets me going, so that's why I was asking. I was like, yeah.
No, that's why I said I fucked up one day after I had the Pepsi one and it didn't kick in. And I was like, oh, and we started walking up the mountain. And the minute I was coming down, I was like, nope, I need to find a restroom. But their restrooms are so clean, even their bullshit restrooms. Like a 7-Eleven. Like the only restroom I didn't do was the Papa Squat ones, where they're like the old school ones where there's the hole in the fucking floor and shit and all that. Like I just didn't do that. I was like, I'm not.
So you have to like shit in front of everybody?
No, you're literally like in like a room. Like so like they're even their stalls literally like are a big ass room. Like they're covered. Like they give you as much privacy as you want. Like there was times I didn't know people were in the stalls because it just has the little thing on it to read. But it was like, oh, it's locked. Okay, cool, and all that stuff. Like some of the stalls have like big ass metal doors where you shut them in and like close them up and hit the lock and everything. Like they're all about privacy. Like I went into one on the shrines and they literally had like everybody right when you sit down, the seat's warm, and so it's like a heating seat, and then it plays music or water, and so like you don't hear nothing.
What kind of music? Anything you want?
No, it was like a kind of just regular instrumental music type thing. Like the one I got had it played fucking water and everything, and I was like, eh. It was very awkward. The only part of the trip that I said was awkward was when I went to the old school Osen. And when I talk about old school Osen, bro, like I couldn't record it first of all because that was one of the rules once you get there, because they give you so the guys, you have a cloth. It's literally the size of this right here, probably a little longer, but it wraps around you like it's kind of like, you know how you would put a towel around your waist and all that stuff. That's what it's like. So you put it like wrap a towel around your waist and everything. And that's all you.
He was wearing a bikini.
Pretty much. And you just you wear that. Like it's a long ass towel kind of like thing. It goes down to like your knees. And so you wrap that around you and then you're in the Osen. But like you as like a guy that's not, you can see like pretty much like shadows of shit. Like, so like you're walking around there like just like la 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 la, and so like me and my two brothers are just walking around and like all these Asian dudes are just like, and like I was like, oh yeah, you can like, yeah, this is like awkward and all that stuff.
They're being meat gazers,
but then there's like it's a co-ed one, so there's women there also, and they're in like a little fucking thing like this. You could see through once the water gets there. So like I'm like trying my best to not like, so I'm like using my gym etiquette type shit where it's like I'm looking this way, but I can see like everything. So then I turn my head a bit this way, and I was like, because there's a lot of couples there, so I was probably one of the only single people there besides this other chick that like I saw at the end of the fucking thing. Like she was by herself also, and like we were just talking like, but it was all couples. And so I was trying my best to not be disrespectful, but then I noticed like in one of the Osens it was raining and I was just sitting back in the hot ass water, and I stood up and this Japanese lady was like looking at me and she was like pointing to her husband like, look at it, and she was like saying tattoos and all that stuff, and I got up and I put the hot towel on my head and I was like, oh shit. And but then I realized like I'm standing right in front of them, like out of the water, and she's just like looking at me, and I was like, oh, go man, like to him and all that stuff. He's just like, this motherfucker. And then I didn't go to the all men's Osen until the morning time when it was dead. But yeah, that was I was like, I played sports, I've used showers and all that stuff, but that was a little too open for me.
I was gonna say that didn't sound like an enjoyable experience.
It was fun until I had to take this in the morning. I was like, I got to shower. Like, so you take a shower before you get in the Osen. So I didn't have to shower at night. I was like, I already showered and everything. But then in the morning, I was like, I need a shower. Like, I feel dirty. And the only shower they have is the all men's Ocean or the all women's Ocean, and that's butt naked. Like you have a towel this size. And so I was walking around that area with just a towel on, and you have to put your robe and all that shit, and then your wabakis and all that shit over here. And I was by myself, and I was just like, all right, cool, whatever. So I took you sit on the little chair, and you have the shower thing, and you're sitting there getting it all ready and everything. And then right after that, you're just like, all right, you get in the hot ocean and everything. And by the time I got out, I'm getting dressed. And then people started waking up. And I was like, woo, beat the crowd. I was like, because there's people there. They did not, like, in their culture, I guess they're used to it already, too. They were just like, whatever, dog. Like, they were walking around, like, just butt ass naked. Everything. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is like a 24-hour locker room, man. Like, there was these dudes having.
Well, I can tell you what, that water better fucking healed you, bro.
I felt amazing after it, but like I felt great after. I was like, just
to let you know, we got hot springs here in Texas. You don't gotta go.
I was like, nah, I don't know if it was interesting. Like, and you had to wear like their stuff, so you wear like a little Komodo thing on, and so you had your, like, once you got done with the ocean, you could put like your underwear and like shorts on and shit, but you wore that little thing and all that stuff. So it was like old school Japanese, like from what they told us. Like everybody was like, oh, that's so cute what you're wearing. I was like, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
See, no. Horsemen don't wear outfits that are cute.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's what it fucking was. It was like a fucking nightgown, bro.
Put that on the shirt.
It was like I was like, what the fuck? I was
like, you need to get that picture printed and put it on the wall behind.
I was just like, dog, what the fuck? But it was like funny because you wore it to dinner. Like I had like briefs under it when I went to go eat dinner, but the shit opens up, so I'm just sitting there fucking briefs fucking hanging the fuck out, just eating fucking food. And I'm fucking hungry eating, and then I noticed like this guy and his wife, and he's like telling her like, "Don't turn around" and all that shit. And you just see me and my brothers just there with fucking boxers and briefs on, just. So I was like, "Bro, fuck y'all, dog." Like I was like, "I'm hungry." Like they're making us wear this shit. Like I'm not like, but there was people there that were like so awkward. They didn't want to be it. They came downstairs in like their whole fucking outfit, like that they wore there, like a suit and tie type shit. And I was like, "Oh, okay, y'all." But like the one thing that I had to get used to was like taking my shoes off at the door. Like that was my hardest thing. Like, oh, can't wear my shoes here. Oh, I can't wear my shoes. Like they're very strict on that. Like take your shoes off at the door, get your wabaki, or use your socks or feet, and that's it. Like, but I get it.
I walk around barefoot and shit. I'll get y'all this fungus.
But that was the thing too. I get it because they're so fucking clean over there. Like our Airbnbs had little vacuums, so like every time we would at the end of in the morning, I would start vacuuming to keep it clean and everything. And they were like, I was like, okay, like they're so clean over there, bro. Like so clean. Like
after you telling me that they have fucking rats
in Tokyo,
I would have to stay at a real hotel. Like
so, they have rats on the like streets, but it was weird. The subway, I didn't see one rat. Didn't see one rat. The only time I saw a rat was on the corner of the Airbnb, and it was like a pile of rats that just migrated onto this mat. And I never saw another rat again. I was like, what the hell? Like I was like in the subway, I'm gonna see one. Didn't see one. It was not a thing of trash. It was not dirty. Like it was just like, it was so crazy.
But if Tokyo's a big ass fucking city, I'm sure they have like a nice hotel with a gym in it.
They do, but they're overpriced from what I was looking at. They're like, you'll pay like 5 times more. So what I did learn, if you're going to stay in an Airbnb, so it's illegal to give a bad review on an Airbnb over there. Like if you leave a bad review, the police will call you and that was weird. I didn't know that. And so.
Well, I'm back home, so I don't give a fuck.
But I want to go back. So I was like, all right, so you don't leave if it's cheap. You don't want to stay there. If it's a little more expensive, it's probably really nice, and it has like they give you everything, like toothpaste, everything, like all that stuff and everything. But the hotels, especially like in certain every areas, they're like 5 times more than what you'd pay for.
But they have like regular beds and
Some
shit,
of them
right?
do, some of them don't. Some of them have like the same beds as you.
I'm sure they have like a fucking Hilton or something there.
I didn't see one. I saw like their shit there. I said like I have people that go to the like hotels and they're like, I mean, they're small too though. Like they're super small. Like, the Airbnb in Kyoto is probably it was so like I loved it. It was away from everybody. Like it was enough to be in the area, but like you had so much space there. Like, and I didn't have to walk up the stairs. My room was downstairs, so I was cool. I had a restroom. Like, and their toilets are separate from their showers. So like you have like a shit area and then you have like your shower area. So it was cool. I said, besides,
I don't know.
I said I'll go back. I will go there. I don't know about Osaka. I got to figure that out. But Tokyo.
I mean, the point of it was I just wanted to try their cigarettes, and I like them.
There you go.
The chips are good. I ate the whole bag. Yeah, I definitely would smoke these if I went over there.
There's a lot of people that smoke over there. After I saw it, like those smoking areas.
Oh, I bet
those smoking areas were packed. Like you see people chained there, and then putting it out and shit. And then they walking off, and then you see them walk back over there. I was like, dog.
It's because they hit different. Like it's a little bit. I don't want to say cleaner than our cigarettes, but the tobacco is definitely better. I can tell you that.
Like their e-cigarette, my brother had one. Those things smell like, but it was weird. It was like like my phone, but then it had like a little cartridge. Like it looked like a half a cigarette, and you put it in the thing, and you just hit it like, and it would have no like smoke or everything. But it smelled like.
I'm not a vape kind of guy. Yeah. Fuck that. If you're gonna fuck yourself up, do it right. Smoke the cigarette.
They had like
God intended.
Well, it was like a e-cigarette. It was weird. It was like I never like because it was literally you buy a pack of cigarettes. It looked like a pack of cigarettes, but it was like this big, and it just looked like a filter with like a piece of tobacco. But then you'd stick it in this electric thing, and it would like then you would smoke it like that. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, but it was like no smoke or whatever, but you smelt the motherfucker. The minute you hit that, like, the minute he pulled the fucking pack out, I was like, dog, that shit smells like tobacco. Like,
you probably spray that tobacco down with a bunch of flavor or some shit.
No, he said it was just regular.
When you say that, it makes me think about when you open up like the car air freshener.
Oh, yeah. Smell it. Yeah. And it was when they say like scents over there are big, like I didn't even like cologne and all that stuff. I didn't smell, which is weird. They sell cologne there, so it was kind of throwing me off. But it was like I didn't really smell people with cologne. Like, and mind you, as weird as it is, I had some Japanese people very close to me. So I was on the train and on that one when I finally got a seat, and this Japanese lady was like right here by my face. Like, and so I was trying my best to not turn my head because like her like belly button was right here. And at one point the train it went on a turn. I went like that. And I was like, go man. She just started laughing and she's like, you're good and all that stuff. But I was like, I felt awkward because the minute I went like that, I was like, I could like smell her. And I was just like, y'all smell like just soap. Like,
was like, she at least pretty?
Yeah, she was pretty. And that's why I was trying my best not to like. I was like, the last thing I need to do is go to jail for like harassment and shit. But like,
hell no.
But she literally, bro, like the whole hallway, she got like right here. Like I'm sitting here and she's right here, like just holding on to my seat and all that stuff. And like I was just like, and my sister-in-law was laughing. She's like, "Turn your head," and I was like, "No." She's like, "Turn your head." And then the train did a turn, and I was like, and I was like, fuck, and I was like, damn it,
if she was pretty, I'd have been like, bitch.
Yeah. It was just like, and it was like funny because I would get people that stare at me, and there was just I would do your thing where you just stare back at them, and then we were just making eye contact, and then they would break it, and I was just like, but then I was
Got
like,
him.
I don't know what to like, say after this because like this is harder than talking to a girl that knows Spanish. Like it was difficult. Like some mom tried to hook me up with her daughter, and I was like, why can't it be the other girl here? Like this girl is cute, and me and her making eye contact, but you're trying to hook me up with your daughter, and she cool, but I didn't come to Japan for that.
Yeah. So was she from there?
Yes.
So she's from there. She probably wasn't fat, so she was ugly.
She was not fat, but she wasn't little, and she was ugly. She looked like the ugly duckling from Chicken Little. You're cool people though, but the mom. This is how I would say. I would have rather talked to the mom than the daughter.
Wow.
The mom looked
Come
like
here.
you could tell she was older, but she was pretty at least. The daughter, like I was like, bro, you need to get a different frame of glasses and like
Stop eating all that home cooking.
Yeah, because you ain't missing a meal. Like you were.
He's like, all these motherfuckers in this country, and they gonna hook me up with the chunky one.
I was,
The
yeah,
fuck?
that's what I was like. Out of
Hey, bro,
everybody.
that, I told you a long time ago. You keep saying that shit, God gonna make you do it. That's proof right there, boy.
I was like, my brother was laughing. I was like, out of every Japanese in this fucking country, the one that tries to get me hooked up is this one. I was like, come on, man. I was like,
Oh, that's funny.
I was like,
This
what the
motherfucker, he talking all that shit. He gonna go down there and get in a relationship with E Honda.
hell? Yes. I was like, this is bullshit. I was like, I just walked off.
They were like, I thought y'all said Nick was coming back from Japan with a bride. I was like, he couldn't carry her. She was fat.
She would be like, she wasn't like bigger than me, but like I was bigger than what I like. Like, but then there were some small Japanese girls too there. I was like, oh, some of y'all are petite, like legit tiny. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, oh yeah, like you look like you don't eat. Like, and I was just like, mm-mm.
Well, then get 2 of those. Same.
Well, yeah, I'd rather get 2 of those than the one that they were trying to give me. So I was mad because the one that was at the serving me my food, me and her were talking. Like she didn't know that much English, but we were talking and everything, and she was laughing. She's like, "What part of Texas?" And I started talking to her, and then the mom went up to her daughter, and she's like, "This is my daughter," and I was like, "Oh, that's what's up." Like, cool, I guess. And that's what she was like. She's single, and I was like,
get fucking Gretchen out of here.
yeah, I was like, you want I supposed to take her with me or whatever? Like, I'm in Kyoto for one more day. Like, that's it. Like, what happens here stays here. But why can't it be her? Like, why can't it be this one here? And then I was like, you know what? Why does she not know that much English, but you know English? Like, I was like, this is my luck. And I was like, you know what?
She's ready for you, bro. She's prime.
I went.
Only thing that could have made that situation better if her last name was Otani.
Nope. I was like, I literally went and got a freaking shot of sake, and I was like, nope. And I walked off and got to the.
He went to get a shot of sake to make sure to see if he was for real. He's like,
yeah, I was like, am I
maybe
tripping?
one more
I was
shot.
like, I was like, can't do it. And I walked off, and I was like, let me go get this waffle. Grabbed a waffle, and then that girl.
He turned down fat Chinese pussy for a waffle.
I was like, let me get this waffle. I was like, I've been wanting. I was like, that's how bad it was. I was like, nah, I'm all right. I'm good. Fuck that shit.
Oh, that's funny. You say you want a thick?
No, not that one.
He said, I want Texas thick, not motherfucking dumpling thick.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck that shit. If I'm doing that, if it's gonna be here. Like one thing I will say, I did miss black women. Like, oh, I missed like the minute I got to Dallas and I saw this black chick walk by, bro, and I was just like, I missed that. Like,
yeah, that's a beautiful
if
thing.
you're a booty guy, you were there was, I will say this, there was some Asians there. I was like, you are mixed. You have to be mixed for your genes to be like genetics that way. And those were the ones I was like, I would have to get that type of Asian right there. Like there was some Japanese women. I was like,
get them hoes,
yeah,
bro.
but
Bro, you're in foreign land. You shoot all the shots.
yeah, I couldn't speak shit to some of them. There was one on the train I talked to, and bro, I don't even think she was Japanese. I think she was Chinese. And it was way off. I said some shit to her, and she looked at me like I was stupid. And then I was like, "You're not Japanese." And then she was like speaking like Mandarin, and I was like, "Oh, this is way off," and all that stuff.
Oh, but you play that to your advantage, my boy.
Bro, it was
in that instance, stop trying to outthink it and just outdumb it.
I was dumbfounded. I was like, and then one chick looked at me. And then there was just some shit that I was seeing. I was like, bitch, your legs hairy than mine. What the fuck? Like, yeah, there was some awkward shit out there. Like I was like, is that a dude? Is that a guy? Like I was like, I'm just gonna keep walking. And then there was like there was weird Americans out there. Like I was like the dude with no neck and shit. Like imagine that guy but fatter. And he was walking with some like stick figure chick, and they were doing like a photo shoot or something. But like he had one of the nastiest like anime t-shirts on, like it was all like naked anime characters on his shirt and shit, and then it was weird. Oh, and the toys, yeah, when they say don't go upstairs in the toy areas, yeah, don't go the fuck upstairs in the toy areas. Like it is 1,000%. Like I couldn't even record it. Like that's how bad it was. Like I was like, it's gonna get flagged. Like the minute.
What was it cool?
It was like, man, it's just all cartoons. Like no. That's what I'm saying. Like it's that shit that they like over there. Like it was legit like cartoon porno.
See, I figure that'd be kind of the kind of spot you would find the hoes at.
It was all dudes up there buying. No, it was weird. There was girls up there buying videos too, though, like buying the shit. And I was like, so I was up there. I went up there just to go up there. My brother's like, I'm gonna go back down. I was like, I just want to see what, like, I'm here already. I might as well see how it is and all that stuff. And so I'm walking around, but like there's a bunch of dudes buying stuff, but then there was a bunch of girls buying stuff, and they were looking at me, and I'm looking at them, and I was like, I know where we're at. Like I know what's up here. Like this is all that's up here, and you have like 4 DVDs in your hand. Like what the fuck? Like I was like, I know what you're buying. Like and like the Japanese girls, they'd get like all red and walk off and everything. I was like, oh, whatever you're into. Like I don't care. Like you guys should do with me. Like
it's too buku. It's too buku.
So I was like, fuck that shit, like. Yeah. But other than that, I'll go back, go to Tokyo, stay in the city, eat at the restaurants. Like eating there, bro, is so cheap. Like,
bro, if I were to go international, I would want to go to somewhere in Australia.
It's a long flight, bro.
Or New Zealand. I know, but the women there are beautiful. And then I always had this thing where I wanted to get fucking drunk, and pop the shit out of a kangaroo. Like I want to. Come on, bitch.
What the fuck?
I'm a jaw that fool one time.
Bye. I see this fucking.
I seen this shit on YouTube. Watch this.
Nah, I would be down. There was a guy going there from our flight. He was connected.
Yeah, but it's just about as far as Japan. Huh?
Nah, it's like 20-something hours. It's like Thailand.
What the fuck? Fuck that. I'm not going.
Yeah, like, let's see. Houston to Australia. It is. Sydney, Australia is 19 hours and 40 minutes.
Good God.
You can go to.
Yeah, pass.
Yeah, there's one that's a day and 2 hours.
I wouldn't go unless it was to make money or something.
So you can get to one in 17 hours, it says. So.
Well, I want to go to a good place there. Like I don't know what a good
Probably
place there
Sydney.
is.
That would probably be the bigger city there.
Don't that feel like it's okay, I could be talking to going to Ireland because them fools can drink some beer too. And I never met the fool, but somebody told me my grandfather was
Yeah,
Irish.
it's only 11 hours.
That's fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've been here 2 hours. So. Zach liked the cigarettes. He liked the
Damn.
barbecue
I
chips.
like them.
But
If like I'm all huffy and puffy tomorrow and like shit, it's on y'all. Like it's the Japan cigarette.
you made it to this point. Like, subscribe, drop comments down below. Where's the place you want to travel? Other than that, all love, YouTube. We outie. See? The guy that took me to Japan. Yeah, like,
Is that who ate my chips?
nah, he's not the one that ate your chips. Nah.
Oh, Carlos.
Yeah. All love, YouTube. We outie. Later.